Uh, oh well. I hope they're not gonna take this down because of the bits of Benny there in the background. Yeah, man. This was quite the trip. Quite the trip. Where do I begin? Yeah, back in Diepkloof, Soweto. Continuing with the same energy, which is pretty awesome. Um, yeah, man. We just came from East London, met the people we were supposed to meet. Things didn't really work out like we intended them to, as with all great stories. But then decided to take a day to just stew in it. And Sia was gracious enough to provide such a day. And yeah, man, met an old man who taught me how to fish and taught me the local market. And so my next trip to East London is literally going to be a fishing trip where we just go catch some fresh calamari for the Joburg people. Heard y'all will be willing to pay for a bit, like quite a bit for it, and I do need like some capital money. First, I need 1,000 rand, 100 in order to pay for the Investec startup school. Even though they accepted me, there's still payments that must be made. Yeah, of the 1,000 rands. So the fish squid trip, if I can catch like around 8 squid, I think I should be able to make 1,000 rand. So yeah, for the transport now to go back to KZN because to East London, because I learned how to fish on the last like few hours while I was waiting for the bus with a ticket that was already bought. So I just came back, and yeah, someone else might fund a trip before, hopefully before the 17th, because that's when the Investec thing starts. If I can make the trip there, catch some squid, come back, sell them this side, and then make enough to pay for that, and then do other things. Yeah, so met some awesome people in Eastern Cape, in East London. It's not for me as easily, like it's not an easy place to interact with. You know, when you're in KZN and you wanna buy weed, or you just ask around and you're like, yo, I'm looking for the Zulu smokes, you know, like the traditional kwai, the okwai wesizulu mfethu. You just put it like that and everybody will point you like, I don't pay to lapia, no lapia, and then you go there and you know you get your thing, no judgment, no nothing. Even if a person doesn't smoke, they won't judge you, but they won't tell you like, yo, I don't know where you can get it. But in Eastern Cape, the default setting is, ooh, what do you mean Insango? What do you mean the weed? What do you nigga, you be dabbling on them things? And that's just like the energy before they even say anything. So yeah, it was the most comfortable place to like have random meaningful discussions. Oddly enough, it is the place that needs a structured meta consciousness framework, as I have. The types of problems in the Eastern Cape can only be solved by meta consciousness, because there's not really a stagnancy. There's just a misdirection of the stimulus. The people are very stimulated, amphetamine type vibes, and yeah, they just need to be channeled in the right direction. And we have such channeling tools. So if you're in the Eastern Cape and you'd like to work with certain vulnerable communities and you've been lacking a framework to interact with them, please do hit us up at MetaMe Africa. Just like call me or text or email xmabula@yahoo.com, info@metame.africa. Our domain is down low at the moment, so the email won't get through. Just send it to the Yahoo one. Or better yet, leave a comment with your details and I'll actually come find you, and we'll have one interesting story on how we met up with you commenting on a video in the future. But yeah, we do have a framework, meta consciousness. It allows us to talk with any religion, any belief system, any paradigm, and we can grant the skills to grow within whatever paradigm a person chooses without necessarily having to alter whatever paradigm they exist in. We just expand it. The follow your dreams narrative is really true. So yeah, we follow dreams 50,000 rands worth of dreams to East London, and it came up in flames, sadly. But the flames gave rise to a phoenix, and the phoenix is preparing to lift off, man. The phoenix is preparing to lift off, so I'm quite excited for tomorrow morning, based on the events that happened in East London and the events that happened on my return to Diepkloof. If you want to have deep, meaningful, existential, depression addressing type conversations, because there's such a thing as existential depression, where you're depressed by the fact that existence is structured the way it is. I have the solution to that. It's meta consciousness. Spoiler alert. So yeah, man. If you just want to have nice conversations, deep things on camera, of course, on record at the very least, if it's not on camera, like I am with myself right now, because that's the only way to make it worth anything, except just it being a good memory, because I've had enough of those. Trust me, it's just not about making good memories, fam. So yeah, man, came back from East London. Things are looking up, and it ain't a mirage. So waiting for a couple of calls that's gonna determine an awesome morning. It's like I'm counting the hours until some key events happen, some very crucial key events, and none of it would have happened without the initial trip to East London. So thank you to the original cult leader, Sia Bulela Semente. Thank you, my G. Gotta change that. So I was just checking in with everybody, the local audience, everybody who knew the adventure was going on, because they checked out the first live stream and they wanted to find out what happened next. I will do a data dump of all the interactions I had during the 50,000 rand dream that resulted in other relationships being formed. But without the 50,000 rands actually arriving at my pocket. But it's okay though, it's okay. The relationships were worth it, said the nigga as he waited excitedly for the next day, which is an odd thing for a neurodivergent person to say, because days don't get exciting on a roll, but here they are doing exactly that, and it's awesome. So yeah, man, peace be upon you, says peace, and hit us up for Deep Sasna memberships. We'll be uploading, when the site is up, everything will be updated with membership details and the benefits. And yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. It's already awesome. It's just I have yet to tell you why it is awesome, but you don't have to take my word for it. Your life justifies how awesome it is. So yeah, man, have peace. I am back in Diepkloof. If you wanna go deep in Diepkloof, dive deep in Diepkloof, hit me up, and let's dive deep for the benefit of others. You know, a discourse of the Dharma for the sake of the others. Promise we're gonna keep the skillful means to a minimum, and yeah, man, stick mostly to Dharma direct as far as it can be spoken. So yeah, man, peace be upon you, says peace.